Today we're joined by Jack Gangwish, defensive end for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Jack, thanks for joining me.
Of course.
And just brought you here to tell everybody what you're about and everything. And first thing I want to get started with is, what's your favorite band?
I'd have to say right now probably Eric Church, maybe Luke Bryan.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good ones.
I like country music, so.
Yeah, me too. Least favorite farm chore?
Least favorite farm chore, I'd have to say we used to have to close pivot tracks. Sometimes they get a little deep. That's probably my least favorite. It's a long day. It's a boring job.
Yeah, just going around in circles, closing them up.
Yep.
If you weren't a Nebraska Cornhusker, what would you be doing right now?
I'm not 100% sure. At one point in my life, I was thinking pretty strongly about joining the military. Sports kind of became an opportunity for me, so I'd have to say if I wasn't playing football, I'd either be in college or in the military.
All right, fair enough. Your thoughts on the alternate uniforms?
I'm not much of a fashion guru or anything, but I think they look pretty snazzy.
All right, we'll get down to it here. You grew up on a farm near Wood River in Shelton. What do you think about the farm life that prepared you for football?
Growing up on a farm, there's a lot of hard jobs, a lot of long days. Even when I was too young to be working, I saw my dad working those hours and putting in that kind of effort. I think that translated pretty easily for me over football. I'm comfortable putting in long hours and doing hard work.
What's it mean to you to have been a walk-on and now you're a scholarship player? What's that transition been like for you?
Well, first of all, I'll say I'm prouder than heck to be a walk-on or former walk-on, however you want to look at it. The transition's been incredible. My job for a long time was pretty thankless. You're on the practice squad, you're just grinding away in the trenches. But now, obviously my responsibilities has grown quite a bit. So, the biggest part of the transition for me has just been, how much more serious my responsibilities are now.
All right. You've got the chance to start on September 5th. What's that going to be like for you on opening day?
I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I started some games last year, but it's kind of in lieu of Randy Gregory. So should I get the opportunity, it'd be pretty incredible to be the number one guy. It'll be pretty special to me.
You brought him up. What was it like learning from Randy?
Learning from Randy is really difficult because he does things that normal people can't ever do. So, being able to experience and witness a guy that can do the things he can do was pretty incredible to me. And be able to see how a player like that can develop and learn and work is something that I strive to do myself.
You think there's anything from his game that you are trying to portray?
Yes and no. Most things that Randy Gregory did, I wouldn't ever have the ability to do. A lot of times Randy just ran around people. It never even touched him. And at 280 pounds right now, I'm probably not going to just be running around anybody. I'm more of a contact-intensive player. But there are some things that I saw Randy do that I liked and that I think can be modified to work for me. He had great hands, working with tackles and especially in the pass rush. And then in the run game, he always had really good hat position and body position. And those are two things that I want to get better at.
You're known for your work ethic. Earlier in the year, Coach Banker was quoted, "He just comes to work every day. He brings his hard hat, his lunch pail, and he's a pleasure to be around." What does that mean when a coach is saying that for you?
To me, that's pretty awesome because I measure myself based off of how hard I'm working. How not necessarily how well I'm doing, but it's more about how hard you're working to try and make it better, to get better. So to have a person, an authority figure like that say that I'm working hard and I'm what I set out to do. It's a lot of validation for me, I guess you'd say.
In December, you were put in a national spotlight with the raccoon selfie.
Yes, sir.
Is that something that you regret, and has it followed you?
Is it something I regret? I'll definitely say that I probably could have handled the situation in a different way. Probably would have been good. And has it followed me? Definitely. We're talking about it right now, for one thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, there's a lot of jokes on Twitter and social media about it, that sort of thing. And you know, I kind of try to take it in stride for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I was searching your name earlier today, and that's what was coming up.
A lot of raccoon stuff.
How do you change people's perception?
You know, for me, you know, I just have to say, you know, just being consistent, being myself. You know, try not to let one thing define me. You know.
All right. You've been with this new coaching staff for 9 months. What's the transition been like?
It's actually been really smooth. I think we got some really good guys. You know, I've developed a pretty good relationship with Coach Banker and Coach Riley, and they're both great guys, and they're there for the players, and the guys see that, appreciate that. And my position coach, Coach Hughes, he's been awesome. He's created a really good environment to learn from and work with. You know, we got guys who want to show up and want to practice and get better and play. And it's been a really positive environment, you know, good transition for us.
You were voted one of the 6 captains. What's that mean to you?
You know, I've found myself in leadership positions, you know, coming up through the program before, you know, on scout team, and you know, a little bit, you know, with maybe the younger guys or freshmen or whatever, but to be voted captain it's something pretty special. I think to me it's just kind of shows that, you know, I'm headed in the right direction, I'm doing the right thing. You know, if the guys look at me as somebody that they want to lead, that must mean that I embody the things that they want, you know, from each other, from their teammates. So to me, it's kind of you know, just a message that I'm headed in the right direction.
Do you have any goals for you for the season and team goals?
You know, for myself, I just want to do my job and do it really well. I want to win some football games for the university and for the state. And, you know, team goals, you know, we got a new system, new coaches, new everything. I think our number one goal that we need to focus on is playing well together. You know, making things work, making things mesh together well, and you know, getting a little swagger to our game. You know, some confidence in what we're doing, so we can move fast and play hard.
All right. Yeah. You got to follow in your dad's footsteps. He was a 3-year letterman. What's that mean to you?
Well, you know, ever since I was knee high, you know, obviously always looked up to my dad, and you know, loved the fact that he played football, and that's probably where my love for the game started. You know, so to go to the same program and do some of the same things he did it's something that I've wanted for a really long time. It's been a dream of mine forever. So I honestly get to live the dream every day for me.
What's it like going out on Saturdays in front of 92,000 people?
It's indescribable. I mean, there's electricity in the air. People are screaming their head off. Everybody's excited. You know, but in front of all that, you know, in the front of your mind is the level of competition that you need to play at. You know, you got a job to do, and you know, there's going to be somebody across from you that's trying to make sure you don't do it well. So it's pretty intense. You know, you storm in there, you come in, and everyone's got high expectations, and you have high expectations for yourself. You know, to compete at the highest level of collegiate football it's a pretty serious situation. So it's coming out there on Saturdays is pretty incredible.
what do you hope at the end of your career that Husker fans remember you for?
You know, if people are going to remember me for one thing, I want it to be, you know, my effort, my love for the game. You know, those are two things that I've tried to nurture since the moment I ever started playing football. You know, it was instilled in me a long time ago that, you know, being a hard worker and being passionate about what you do are two of the most important things in life. So if I leave people with any kind of memory in me, I want it to be that, you know, I was a hard playing, hard working, you know, ball busting football player.
Yeah. What does life after football hold for you?
You know, I'm not sure. You know, I'd really like to pursue a career in agriculture. Got the family farm here, so I might have a good opportunity there. You know, I've been thinking about it. I'd like to pursue athletics in some extent for a while after college, whether that be football at some level, you know, something. I love athletics. I like training and like to stay with it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you coming on here with me. And
definitely, of course.
You can follow Jack and the Huskers on theindependent.com. Thanks for joining us.